Okay, so we are now live, Mataji. So when you are ready, you can kindly start the Kirtan, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Um, so I'll start Sri Prabhupada Pranati. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami iti namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Desh Tarni जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तविंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे हरे I'll start with the bhajan now. Radha Krishna Pran More. राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोर जुगल किशोर राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोर जुगल किशोर जीवने मरणे गति आर नहीं मोर राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा जुगल किशोर कालिंदीर कूले केली कदम्बेर माना कालिंदी को कालिंदीर कूले केली कदम्बेर बाना रतन बेदीरा ऊपर बसाब दुजाना राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा जुगल किशोर श्याम गौरी अंगे दिबा चंदनेर गंधा श्यामा गौरी अंगे दिबा चंदनेर गंधा चमर डुलाबो कबे हेरी बो मुख चंद्रा राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा जुगल किशोर राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा जुगल किशोर गाथिया मलतीरा मला दिबो दोहर गाले गांथिया मालतीरा मला दिबो दोहर गाले आधारे तुलिया दिबो कपूर तांबूले आधारे तुलिया दिबो कपूर तांबूले राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा जुगल किशोर राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा जुगल किशोर ललिता विशाखादि यत सखी वृंदा ललिता विशाखादि यत सखी वृंदा आज्ञाया करीबो सेवा चरणारविंदा आज्ञाया करीबो सेवा चरणारविंदा राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा जुगल किशोर। राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा जुगल किशोर। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दासेरनुदासा। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दासेरनुदासा। सेवाभिलाष करे नरोत्तम दासा। सेवाभिलाष करे नरोत्तम दासा। राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा जुगल किशोर। राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा जुगल किशोर। जीवने मरणे गति आर नहीं मोह। राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा जुगल किशोर। हरे कृष्णा। I'll just do the Mangalacharan now. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्विताश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। Um, so, Hare Krishna, everyone. So today's topic is ideal behavior of a wife, um, or duties of an ideal wife. We can say that it's very interesting topic. We all know it, but today we will discuss it with the examples of personalities from the Vedic injection and from Shastras. Uh, so Hare Krishna, I'll just start. Uh, this is chapter 23, Srimad Bhagavatam, and text one. So I'll just read the shlok and translation, and then describe little bit what I understood from this. मैत्रेय उवाच पितृभ्यां प्रसिस्ते साध्वी पतिम् इंगित कोविदा नित्यं परचरित्र प्रीत्या भवानीव भवं प्रभु. So translation is Maitreya continued after the departure of her parents. After the departure of her parents, the chaste woman Devahuti, who could understand the desires of her husband, saved him constantly with great love as Bhavani. Served him constantly with great love as Bhavani, the wife of Lord Shiva, serves her husband. Um, so I'll just share some history about Devahuti and what happened before, and then read the puppet. So, Deva Maitre Muni is talking to Vidura in this shloka, and this is about the marriage of the Devahuti to Kardam Muni. So, who is Devahuti? Devahuti is the daughter of Swayambhu Manu and Satrupa, his wife. She was very intelligent, chaste, unmarried girl. She heard from Narad Muni about the noble character and beautiful appearance of Kardam Muni and his virtues as well. And she fixed her mind on him. She started to liking him without even seeing him or experiencing uh, his qualities or character. Um, so she took Narad Muni as an authority and believed his words, and she started to think more and more about Kardam Muni. So one day she expressed her wish to her father, Swayambhu Muni, oh sorry, Swayambhu Manu, uh, to marry Kardam Muni. So Swayambhu Manu, he is king and Devahuti is a princess. Swayambhu Muni approached Kardam Muni and wanted to offer her daughter to him as a wife. Um, Kardam Muni is also his father is Prajapati, and in the beginning of the universe, all the Prajapatis they were told by Brahma to produce children so that they can live in different big universes. So basically, it was for increasing the population. So Prajapati also ordered Kardam Muni to produce children, get married and produce children. But Kardam Muni was great devotee of Lord Vishnu, the maintainer. So Kardam Muni, he had desire to marry a good girl, but at that time he didn't want to marry, and he didn't want to stay in Grasta ashram for long. He didn't have material desires to enjoy life in Grasta ashram. So in previous shlokas, it was mentioned that uh, she was Devuti was married to Kardam Muni in a very grand way, and but she knew that she will have to live in a hermit, so she chose her husband as a great devotee, not materially opulent. Now, they say that here two words are used in Sanskrit literature for the grastas, like grahamedi and proper grastas. So grahamedi is described as a householder who simply accept wife uh, for his sense gratification, um, and produce children. But grastas, they accept wife as an assistant in every respect for advancement in spiritual activities. So basically, she is assistant to her husband, and she takes the charge of household and doesn't disturb her husband, because husbands are usually devotees and they are in meditation. So and she doesn't compete with husband as well in the spiritual activities. So Devahuti took the charge, and she started to serve Kardam Muni um, in a uh, in a way that he is not disturbed, his activities are not disturbed, and she was always by him. So she did not think about her status, like she was materially. She was the princess, and she was not so much comfortable with Kardam Muni's house or hermit or small kutia where he was living, but she chose Kardam Muni as her husband. It was her desire. So and Kardam Muni, as he was aspiring for the marriage, he did not vow celibacy for a long time. As he desired to marry, so he did, but he wanted to have a child, um, which he did have Lord Kapila as his son, who enlightened later on Devahuti on Sankhya philosophy. So uh, and so uh, and yeah, so this was about them. Lord Kapil is son of uh, and she was also great devotee of the Lord Devahuti. So eventually she got Lord Kapila as her son, um, who was incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So now uh, Maitre Muni is talking to Vidura about Kardam Muni, that he used to be fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness or in the meditation. And Devahuti served her husband in two ways. This will be in second shloka, which I'll go through later. But in this shloka, Devi Bhavani, Parvati. So Parvati is mentioned, and Devahuti is compared with Parvati, how Parvati served her husband Lord Shiva. So who is Parvati? Now Parvati is also a princess. She is daughter of King Himalaya, very opulent materially. She is Durga Devi herself, very strong woman of that time, a goddess of fortune, we can call her. And uh, so she is consort of Lord Shiva, in charge of, she is basically the in charge of this material world. Um, Bhavani is also known as Bhava, and she is, I mean, in charge of material world, everything, maintaining this srishti, sadhana, pralaya, sthiti. She is, in the name of Durga Devi, she is worshipped in this material world. So Prabhupada is enlightening here some aspects of Lord Shiva and Parvati. So being so much opulent materially, Parvati did not think about her position as well. Even she was daughter of great king and rich and everything she has. But she, and her position is that she conducts the affair um, uh, of this material world. So of course, under the supervision of Lord Krishna, she does everything. But she became so humble and meek. In Bhagavad Gita, it is stated as well. So whom did she accept for her husband? It's Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is renounced yogi who is always in meditation. He doesn't even have a place to live. He he goes here and there like a mendicant, like a beggar, and no residence. So Parvati knew that she will have to live under a tree with him, but still she chose him because he is a great devotee. She never considered these things, thinking I'm a princess or whether I will be able to live with him comfortably, or but she accepted that she will have to live here and there with him in spite of in spite of selecting a king or a very rich prince for her husband. So after coming, so how she is compared, so how Devahati is compared to Devi Parvati or Bhavani, because after coming to Lord Shiva's place, she never maintained her status. She served, Bhavani, she served her husband like a poor woman. So Prabhupada comparing similar situation of Devahuti with Kardam Muni, and um, Kardam Muni and Lord Shiva both are great devotees of Lord. So that is why Prabhupada is saying, uh, if someone wants to become an ideal wife, should learn from the mother Parvati and Devahuti, from their character. So both of them, according to Vedic civilizations, are very chaste and ideal wives. And that is why in human society, unmarried girls, in Hindu society actually, unmarried girls worship Lord Shiva to expect a husband like him, not in the sense of riches or for sense gratification, but because he is the greatest of all devotees. Vaishnava Nam Yatha Sambhu, Lord is called, Shiva is called. And he is always chanting Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and in meditation all the time. Lord Shiva has Vaishnav Sampradaya as well, and it is called Vishnu Swami Sampradaya. So now I'll just read this purport. Okay. Purport now. The specific example of Bhavani is very significant. Bhavani means the wife of Bhav or Lord Shiva. Bhavani or Parvati, the daughter of King of Himalaya, selects Lord Shiva, who appears to be just like a beggar as her husband, in spite of her being a princess. She undertook all kinds of tribulations to associate with Lord Shiva, who did not even have a house, but was sitting underneath the tree and passing his time in meditation. Although Bhavani was the daughter of a great king, she used to serve Lord Shiva just like a poor woman. Similarly, Devahuti was the daughter of an emperor, Swayambhu Manu, yet she preferred to accept Kardam Muni as her husband. She served him with great love and affection, and she knew how to please him. Therefore, she is designated here as a sadhvi, which means a chaste, faithful wife. Her rare example is the ideal of Vedic civilization. Every woman is expected to be as good and chaste as Devahuti or Bhavani. Today in Hindu society, unmarried girls are still taught to worship Lord Shiva with the idea that they may get a husband like him. Lord Shiva is the ideal husband, not in the sense of riches or sense gratification, but because he is the greatest of all devotees. Vaishvanam Yatha Shambhu. Shambhu or Lord Shiva is the ideal Vaishnava. He constantly meditates upon Lord Ram and chant Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Lord Shiva has a Vaishnav Sampradaya which is called Vishnu Swami Sampradaya. Unmarried girls worship Lord Shiva so that they can expect a husband who is good as Vaishnava as he. The girls are not taught to select a husband who is very rich or very opulent for material sense gratification. Rather, if a girl is fortunate enough to get a husband as good as Lord Shiva in devotional service, then her life becomes perfect. The wife is dependent on the husband, and if husband is a Vaishnava, then naturally she shares the devotional service of the husband because she renders him service. This reciprocation of service and love between husband and wife is the ideal of householders' life. Uh, so after so I'll just go through the text one. I'll just read this text so that I can explain this sloka as well. विशंभरेण आत्मा शौचेन गौरवेण दमेन च सूरस्या सुहृदेन वाचा माधुर्य च भो. So purport about this is, O Vidura. So this is Maitreya Rishi talking to Vidura. Devahuti served her husband with intimacy and great respect, which control of the senses, with love and with sweet words. So it says now, as we are talking about behavior of an ideal woman, so the woman should speak sweetly. Her speech should be soft and sweet. Um, in in Vedic civilization, woman is not the earning member of the family. It's the man who faces the external world and work hard to earn money. But when he comes back home and wife doesn't speak soft and sober to him, Chanakya Pandit says that man should go to forest. Even Srila Prabhupada has mentioned in his conversation, uh, he says uh, he says this shloka. माता यस्य गृहे नास्ति भार्या च अप्रिया वदनी अरण्यं तेन गन्तव्यं यथा अरण्यं तथा गृहम्. So he is saying, comparing forest and home, same. So whose mother is not at home, who doesn't have mother, and whose wife is not a sweet speaker, that man should leave home and live in the forest. So that's why, because they say um, Prabhupada also commented in his conversation that Krishna says, I am the sweet voice of woman. And general tendency of people is that they get attracted to sweet voice. Prabhu talking about another quality of woman is tolerance. Prabhupada is talking that woman has many qualities and tolerance is another one. Tolerance or respect. So women control her emotions to maintain peace at home. They should actually control their emotions. She she has ability to forget and forgive and ignore many mistakes to avoid fight at home. So Prabhupada has contemplated in his conversation that fight between husband and wife is like two gods fighting. It looks horrible from the far, but actually it's nothing. So is that he says natural. So I'll just read this purport now. Here, two words are very significant. Devahuti served her husband in two ways, Vishrambhena and Gaurvena. These are two important processes in serving the husband or the supreme personality of Godhead. Vishrambhena means with intimacy, and Gaurvena means with great reverence or deep respect. The husband is a very intimate friend, therefore, the wife must render service just like an intimate friend. And at the same time, she must understand that the husband is superior in position, and thus she must offer him all respect. A man's psychology and woman's psychology are different, as constituted by bodily frame. Uh, a man always wants to be superior to his wife, and woman, as bodily constituted, is naturally inferior to her husband. Thus, the natural instinct is that husband wants to post himself as superior to the wife, and this must be observed. Even if there is some wrong on the part of the husband, the wife must tolerate, and thus there is no misunderstanding. There will be no misunderstanding between husband and wife. Vishambran means with intimacy, but it must not be familiarity with breeds contempt. According to the Vedic civilization, a wife cannot call her husband by name. In the present civilization, the wife call her husband by name, but in Hindu civilization, she doesn't. Thus, the inferiority and superiority complexes are recognized. Damencha. A wife has to learn to control herself even if there is a misunderstanding. Suhridencha vacha madhurya. It means always desiring good for the husband and speaking to him with sweet words. A person becomes agitated by so many material contacts in outside world. Therefore, in his home life, he must be treated by his wife with sweet words. Yeah. So, and Prabhupada did say that it's not that always husband is perfect, but these instructions are at this point is for the woman. So another quality is shyness. Prabhupada has mentioned in his lectures that if shyness is an ornament for a woman, if shyness of a woman is broken, it will be very disastrous and dangerous for the society. So Prabhupada says modern civilization is not following the Vedic injunction. Therefore, especially he's mentioning Western countries, there is no home, he says, and homely happiness, because what he says is women are allowed to mix freely, and therefore there is no protection. They are not Women are not married, no husband, father doesn't take care of the grown up daughters. And Prabhupada says women should be protected at all the times because they are soft hearted and I mean, he did say less intelligent, but in different way. It's not that they don't have intelligence. And he says women are very emotional as well and can be molded very easily. Uh, so they need to be looked after and protected. So women and they should be trained to become faithful wife and affectionate mother from the beginning of their life. I mean, the training should be done at home when they are young. The home will be very happy without um, yeah, if they are already they got this training from home, the home will be very happy. Prabhupada says, without happiness we cannot make spiritual progress. So because the whole purpose or the aim is to reach the supreme personality of Godhead, um, so yeah, that's why there has to be peace at home. Once Devi Parvati, she asked Lord Shiva which Aradhana is the best, and Lord Shiva mentioned to her that Aradhana Nam Sarvesham Vishnur Aradhanam Param. So Vishnu worship is the best Aradhana, Lord Shiva told Devi Parvati. Now about chastity. So secret of success is not to serve Krishna directly, as we know in the Vaishnava philosophy. It teaches us to serve pure devotee of the Lord, and it's great fortune of the woman who gets a husband as pure devotee. And by serving such pure devotee or great devotee, wife will definitely advance in spiritual life, and automatically they will share all the good results and benedictions. So in this chasticity, there comes the story of Satyavan and Savitri. Um, so Prabhupada offers very interesting lesson from this story, not story or life incidents of Satyavan and Savitri. Savitri was in love with Satyavan, but there was prediction that he will die after the marriage because his lifespan was not so long. She knew everything, Savitri, but still she went ahead and got married with Satyavan. So eventually, when the day came, Satyavan died. Uh, she and Yamraj was about to take him with to the Yamlok. Savitri also started to go with him, and Yamraj was asking why she is chasing him. Savitri was talking to Yamraj, and Yamraj was pleased with her intellect. Actually, she was very clever and intelligent and answering Yamraj's questions. Uh, so Yamraj was very happy with her chastity as well and intelligent answers. So in the last, Yamraj asked what benediction she wanted. So she asked for a son. She wanted a son. So Tathastu, Yamraj told her and tell her to go home. But then she said how she can go home without a husband. If there is no husband, how she will have a son? And then he was very much impressed, Yamraj, and with one benediction, he had to bring Satyavan to life. So that's the power of a chaste woman, chaste wife, actually. So Prabhupada was quoting here that just with one benediction, you can get so many things. So if we fix our mind in Krishna as our um, presiding deity, only Krishna, so how many benedictions we will get in our life? That's what Prabhupada is saying. Now, there are so many examples in the Shastras about chaste ladies uh, and chaste and intelligent ladies. So I'll just go through there. There are some names um, like Sita Devi, Draupadi, Kunti Devi, and many other. So I'll just talk about Draupadi's character. So once Krishna's wife, they met Draupadi, and they were all asking how she is able to satisfy and please her 5 husbands, because Krishna in his sleep keep um, uh, uh, calling names of the gopis. So what's the secret Draupadi has? They wanted her to share with them. So Draupadi mentioned 2 3 tips to them actually. So what uh, she said, make sure to follow all the traditions which are taught to, which were taught to her actually by her mother-in-law, which she has been following since her marriage, and she all the rituals and worships what mother-in-law does, she also does. So it pleases her husbands. They get impressed with her. And second thing she said, I never criticize or disobey my mother-in-law's order, or never make complaint, even though she had 5 husbands. So and she had to go through so many problems and hardships in when she was with the Pandavas and all. They went for exile in forest, and they had she worked as a servant in some of the other state. So but she never made complaint to her mother-in-law. And she says always glorify husband, even uh, they small thing they do, you should always glorify, and that makes the husband feel like a hero and or provider. So that is another trick. And then cooking wise also, she said they should learn to cook nice prasadam for husband, and uh, and always be assistant of the husband. So little bit about Draupadi. Draupadi is also one of the prince's most prominent and central personality in the Mahabharata. Her father was King Drupad, uh, and Drupad had desired to marry her daughter to Arjuna because he was very impressed with his qualities. But they were in exile that time. But all Pandavas, they did come for uh, her Swayamvar, and Arjuna won her in the Swayamvar. Arjuna got married to her, and then they went back to where they were residing actually, because they were disguising as a Brahmanas that time. So all four other brothers, they also got attracted to Draupadi that time with her beauty, charmness, chastity, and uh, and she also won the heart of all Pandavas. But when they went home, um, because they were like Brahmana, and they used to go around for the alms. So when Yudhishthira told her mother that, what look mother, what we have got today. So without looking back, Kunti Devi, she said to him, okay, whatever you have got, distribute among yourselves. And then they were stunned. They didn't understand what to do. But when she turned back and saw it was Draupadi, then she also got confused. What has she said? She couldn't take her words back, and they all had to eventually marry Draupadi. But Draupadi never made complaint to her mother-in-law about her 5 husbands also. They had to go through so much pain, and she has to go so much of problems, insult in the assembly, and uh, live in forest in so many things. But she tried to be happy. She was always good to her husband. Now coming to Maharani Kunti Devi. This is another intelligent woman, another personality in Mahabharata. She is mother of 5 Pandavas, and actually Suryaputra Karan also, so 6 sons she had. Her other name was Pratha, and she was also princess. She was daughter of Sursen, King Sursen, who was king of Mathura. So her childhood was uh, she spent her childhood in the bank of river Yamuna in Mathura. But uh, in her childhood only, I think she was not even teenager. She was given given to his Sursens, her father's cousin. His name was Kunti Bhoj, as a daughter. So she was an adopted daughter by Kunti Bhoj, and that time she had big shock in her childhood, but because she had to live with new family, new people she didn't know, and she didn't understand what why she was given to them. But Sursen did tell her that he promised Kunti Bhoj he didn't have any child, so he promised long time back that if he will have any child, boy or girl, he will give it to Kunti Bhoj. So then it changed her personality a lot. She became very much responsible, and it was all, I mean, upside down for her that time. Her character is mentioned in Bhagavad Puran because of her conjunction with Krishna. So she is Krishna's um, auntie, and her husband was Pandu and Madhuri. She had lots of respect for her brother-in-law. So I'm talking about Kunti. So she had respect for Dhritarashtra, her sister-in-law, and Dhritarashtra's son, all sons, which, and who did so much evil to her children actually, but she never made complaint. Kunti Devi, so Kunti Devi's prayers are very important, which I'm not going through her prayers at the moment, but she humbly submitted herself to Krishna. She recognized Krishna that he was supreme personality of Godhead, and she was great devotee of him. Krishna used to come to visit Kunti Devi as a nephew to offer her respect, but she knew that he is a supreme person, and she paid her respectful uh, prayers to Krishna. And I'm not going through too much about this, but she had to go lots of hardships as well in her life with her sons, but she never lost her faith on Krishna. Now coming to Sita Devi. Sita Devi is is the fortune of goddess of fortune actually, and consort of Lord Ram, who himself is a supreme personality of Godhead. So she, as we all know, actually, I'm not going in detail in this as well. So she is also called Vedehi. Vedehi. Her father's name was King Janak, very rich princes, very intelligent. But after marrying to Ram, they all were sent to exile into the forest by her father-in-law Dashratha for 14 years. On the way, Ram, Sita, and Lakshman, when they were going to Chitrakoot, it is mentioned in Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana actually, in Ayodhya Kand. I'm reading this. I will read a few things when I go through. So, what happened? They went to Atri Rishi's hermit, where Atri Rishi was living with his wife Sati Anusuya. We have heard this name as well. So after offering, when uh, Atri Muni direct Sita Devi to Anusuya in his kutia, and Sita Devi paid humble obeisances to Sati Devi Anusuya, because she is elderly uh, and great woman and great devotee of the Lord as well. So So, Sita Devi and Anusuya had conversation, and Sati Anusuya gave her important instructions which are still applicable in this modern life as well. Um, uh, because Sati Anusuya saw beautiful qualities of Sita Devi and her great virtues and austerity she was doing with her husband, so she instructed seven instructions were given from Sati Anusuya. She did know that she is goddess of fortune, but still, as a senior lady, she gave Sita Devi instructions. I'll just read these instructions. So one is starting from the first one. I'll read. Um, Highly fortunate worlds await those women await those women to whom their husband is dear, no matter whether he lives in a city or in a forest, whether he is sinful or virtuous. The second one she says, O Sita, on a reflection, I perceive none who is better friend than a husband, who protects his life in all circumstances, like the imperishable fruit of one's austerity. Third instruction she says, to women of noble nature, the husband is the highest deity, no matter whether he is ill behaved or licentious or devoid of riches. It doesn't mean that husband has to be devoid of virtues or sinful. It doesn't mean that. Husband also has to have self control and free from adultery. So, but because we're doing this for the ideal wife, so we'll just go through this. No discussion about husbands at the moment. And the other one, other instruction was those evil women whose hearts follow their. So this is about the harsh woman, mm, those those who speak roughly and not good at their speech. So those evil women whose hearts follow their passion and conduct themselves, dominating their husband. So wives should not dominate their husband. This is another instruction. Having no understanding of virtues and vice, do not follow him in the aforesaid manner. O Sita, surely these evil women who get into an improper act of authority over their husband reap infamy and decline in righteousness. So this is another thing. And last one, women like you, on the other hand, who are endowed with virtues, who look with detachment on prosperity and adversity in this world, therefore dwell in heaven as those who perform meritorious deeds. And the last one is, thus devoted to your Lord, loyal to your husband, following established rules, you become an honest woman to your husband, honest wife to your husband actually, and obtain merit and renown. So these instructions are given to Sita Devi from the Anusuya. And now conclusion is, I'll just go through the few lines. So there actually there are more personalities in the Shastras. We can find more, but I haven't gone through too many. The it says in the Shastra, it says the specific role of a woman is to become ideal housewife and mother. And in the modern society, we have endeavors, artificial endeavors, maybe struggles, equality, equality actually, of course, on gender basis, male or female. But on the spiritual platform, men and women are same. But materially, there are specific roles to be taken up. Um, in Vedic culture, women are expected to be married and protected for their entire life from uh, either father before marriage and husband after marriage, and after death of the husband is the son comes up. women should be given highest respect and highest praise. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna Prabhu. I'm done. So if there are any discussions, you can do.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Very beautifully explaining about the Chester woman in the past times from Bhagavad and Ramayana and many other things. Yes, it is very interesting to hear and what woman has to take from here. Yes, just Mother Parvati. Pitrubhyam prasate sadhi pati mingita kovida. Pati mingita. So just knowing the heart of the husband. And so nityam paricharatya pritya bhavaniva swayam bhavaniva bhavam prabhum. So just nityam paricharatya pritya. So much pleasure serving the husband. Likewise, Devhuti served her husband, Kardama Prajapati. Very nice. Just comparing with Mother Parvati. That is Pati Mingita Kovita. And Vishrambena, Atmasauchena, Gauravena, Damena cha. Vishrambena intimacy and Vishrambena very beautiful verses. Every verse we have to Atmasauchena with a completely purified heart. Gauravena with so much of respect. Damena controlling herself. Susrushaya serving her husband. And in what way? Sauhridena for the well-being of the husband. Vacha Madhuryacha Bhoho. And she speaks very sweet words to her husband with love and affection. Vacha Madhuryacha Bhoho. All these qualities of Devhuti are very, very divine. And Devhuti, that's why, because of her good qualities, Anusuya Mata is the daughter of Devhuti, as you have explained. And Anusuya Mata is speaking those 7 statements to Mother Sita. So, and here, Anusaya is the daughter of Devhuti. See, here, like mother, like daughter. And again, um, see the Parvati, Devhuti, Anusaya, and Sita Devi. So, all are connected together with the characteristics, all the good divine characteristics. But all beautiful pastimes, Mataji, you have explained and wonderfully. Uh, Okay, I request dear devotees, if you have got any questions to ask Mataji, kindly raise, and you wanted to add, kindly add. Hare Krishna. Okay, I request Kishori Mataji, would you like to add anything to?
Mataji, absolutely wonderfully explained class. So much research as well. Um, uh, I, I mean, there isn't much that I can ask, but Mataji's class and explanation was very, very nice, and I was really inspired with the 7 steps that Anushya Mata gave to Sita Mata, and I think even Sita Mata's like the mother who brought her up, she also is one of them, isn't it? Like a very exalted um, lady, because she's brought up Sita Mata to be such a beautiful, well thoughtful girl. Um, I mean, like it's very very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Gaurangi Mataji, you wanted to add?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Mataji mentioned about the Parvati Mataji, Anusuya Mataji, and other devotee something. Mataji mentioned that. So we heard little bit. I heard little bit katha there. So it's very nice, Mataji. You did nice class today. You give nice class. And Kirtan also very nice, Mataji.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Thank you.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Gaurangi Mataji. Prabhavati Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Wonderful class, Mataji. Very nice to hear about all the chaste women and pativratas. It comes always in Panchakanyas. I have heard about few, but you have mentioned so well. Sati Savitri, Satyavan,
Yeah.
it's so
Thank you.
amazing. Yeah. Everything is amazing, Kunti Maharani and all of them. A lot to learn from them. Thank you so much for mentioning everything.
you.
And
Hare
Kirtan.
Krishna.
Everything was very beautiful. Hari Bol
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Usha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna Mataji, very wonderful
Hare
class,
Krishna.
very nice. I joined halfway, but I was just resetting the another group, so I joined later. Very wonderful class, very nice Mataji.
Thank you,
Then I
Mataji.
learned about Satyavan and Savitri and how she take the Satyavan from Yamraj to asking the from him, and then he makes that Satyavan life. So very nice and old about all the women and Shreya and then Samata Draupadi. Very nice messages.
Thank you,
Wonderful.
Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, very well.
Okay, thank you, Usha Mataji. And Supriya Gopi Mataji and Shridhar Govindas Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
It was really nice, Kirtan, and nice class. I really liked it. Yeah. And you nicely explained with many examples and how a chaste woman should be. So there are quite a lot of good examples like Devahuti and Satyavan Savitri and Draupadi, then Queen Kunti, so Mother Sita, Mother Parvati. So it was really nice. It was really nice. But I would like to also hear, how can we accommodate, in modern times, everyone, the women are now working, and in the previous ages, the women were not working, and then they are serving nicely their husband, and also the husbands were really great devotees. So in a modern world like today, so how is that possible? Woman can fully devote to her husband. That's really always a puzzle for me. So I don't know. Yeah.
So for that one, Mataji, so as just a wife, she should not aspire for any prosperity kind of thing, wealth and all. She should not have. Hemlata Mataji was mentioning that point. Only husband and serving to the husband. That is the only desire of a woman. Then she will survive very as per the Vedic injunctions. Hemlata Mataji mentioning. Just wanted to bring out that point. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, but now this current modern, I have heard some stories actually, not every man is devotee or any, there are few men, they really wanted to dominate the women's. Even there is differences between the women's, some of the devotees women, they were not really happy with their husbands, and then they end up in divorces and all those things because they really felt that they want to really move towards Krishna. If that is going to be an obstruction with her husband, then it becomes really chaotic in that condition, in this case. Yeah. So I don't know which side, these examples are very, very, really good. And then we can really learn many lessons from these examples. But when it comes to the modern situations, that's really completely now opposite. It is good to, slowly the Vedic culture is getting on, it's improving slowly. But majority of the people in general, if you see in the world, the situation is not that. I agree that no one should desire more and more from her. The woman should not desire more from her husband. I want too many material things. That's really true, and it's also true for men as well. They also should be like should not endeavor very much for material things. But here we are speaking about the ideal chaste woman. So yeah, it's really hard to put everything in place, like according to the modern situations. Yeah. Well, but one thing only we can do is like how much ever it is possible we can do. That's the only thing we can do. Yeah. Otherwise, and now if you see the women devotees also, they are chanting and then they are looking after the kids and then they are going to the office and coming back and so many things like going around, like because it's not like really the material, they want the material benefits, but in order to survive in this world, even the basic necessities, we are forced to like, do go for work and then earn money and then have things for us. Yeah, as we are not pure devotee yet, so I don't know. Like, I mean, this was always puzzling for me. Like, but I used to have these questions always. Like, I mean, yeah.
It's education for women that makes more intelligent women, so they will desire more and more. Knowing the more knowledge, it will put into more chaos.
It's not about the intelligence. Of course, if they are non-devotees, yes, education will play a major role. While in order to survive now at this present situation, like both men and women are going for work and they need really education to get any job even. So it's not about the knowledge. Like, I mean, they are gaining knowledge, that's why they are desiring more and more. I don't think so. Like, I mean, it can be possible for women, certain women, not every woman in general. There are few women really they are very struggling to elevate themselves in the devotional service. I have seen some of the women's. So I don't know, in the case of devotees, um, education does not have to be a matter to desire more and more. It's an inherent quality, like some of the women naturally desires more and some doesn't. That education is just an external factor that can influence, that can exaggerate maybe the desire in the women or as well as in the man as well. So yeah, at the soul level, then both are same. Like these all fits more. Like, I mean, when we think about the bodily concept, then only the woman and men comes into picture more. Of course, to practice any bhakti, any bhakti yoga process, the woman should be chaste. Not only women and men is also at this moment, at this Kali Yuga, because we are far away from the Vedic system now. But how much ever possible, like the man should marry only one woman and women should be very devoted to the husband. So these small things can be possible. Yeah. So it's, I don't know, at the same level, both are same. Like when they are approaching, both of them are approaching toward the spiritual journey, then the problems are much more reduced. And then there is also levels. The husband may be sometimes less devotional than the wife, and then that also creates a little bit problem, like, I mean, yeah. And sometimes wife may be less and then husband may be more devoted. So yeah. And the desires, of course, they have to keep, both of them have to keep in control. Yeah, that's my opinion anyway. So yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Yeah.
And here, Mataji, so they woman, she does not have to but she can express her desires to the husband. So husband will understand it and then fulfill it as per the circumstances. For example, Devhuti Mata. So she has been serving to her husband, but she wanted to desire a union with her husband. And then, though Kadma Prajapati, he wanted to give the Bhagavad Prasada to her, and she mentioned that, my dear husband, I understand that you're already elevated and you have received the mercy of Krishna. And then mentioning that now at the moment I am desiring to have union with you, but for that reason you just try to arrange some kind of palace or whatever the buildings and all such kind of facilities required for it. You just please think of it. And she gives that option to husband. That is how woman needs to approach the husband. Then she will get all kinds of things required, but she should not be specific that I want only this one, like that. Whatever is needed, my dear husband, please kindly arrange it for it. So in that way she will receive all kinds of appliances. There is no restrictions. In that way she can receive from her husband. And also, in order to fulfill the desire of the wife, husband can go and work and earn money as much as he can. There is no harm for that one, because to fulfill the desires of wife, it is the proper streamlined process. It is the dharma, artha, kama, moksha in that way. So just only is the accepting the husband so as the authority, and then as soon as husband says, then she will receive everything, all kinds of appliances. Okay, so just adding that point here. Thank you so much, Mataji. You have explained many things. Yes, in this age, and also as Anusaya Mata is mentioning, it doesn't matter whether husband needs to be intelligent or not, a devotee or not. A woman's responsibility is simply serve the husband. There, that's it. Her dharma is completed, perfect, 100%. However, having that knowledge to serve the husband, that matters. That is what it is lacking nowadays. Thank you, Mataji. And
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Very nicely explained. Thank you very much.
thank you. And Sridhar Govindas Prabhuji, you wanted to add anything?
No, Prabhu. I mean, I was sorry. I had to finish my rounds chanting, so I just finished busy in chanting rounds. So I was wondering, my Mataji was listening to the class. Sorry, Prabhu.
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Saurabh Prabhuji, you wanted to add anything, Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Mataji, Hema Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Very wonderful class. Thank you. Very important topic also. But very sensitive topic also. Now, all the Matajis were obviously, you are the speaker today, and all the comments are also from Matajis so far. So I just want to be extremely cautious in saying anything. But yeah, it is wonderful. I don't have any comments. You know, it's I think it is quite a broad, big topic actually in our times, I guess, even more now. And how many people have the fortune to actually listen to something like this, something as pure as this? Because I mean, whether it is a man or a woman, my thoughts are that we are all conditioned souls. So for us to expect from a conditioned soul all of this quality, and all of you can, and Amoga Prabhu and everyone else, you can shed light on this. You know, it's a big challenge. It's a big ask, in a way, to expect that kind of thing. And one thing kind of comes to my mind is Maya, because like Amoga Prabhu just said, how things should be desired by the wife, how things should be provided. In Grihastha life, I suppose, a lot of the things, if there is any disparity in spiritual attachment between the wife and how much the husband wants to do, how much the wife wants to do, if uh, if there is any dissimilarity in that, it becomes a very challenging circumstance, like Mataji was saying earlier. Whose duty it is a question I'm saying, whose duty it is to provide that guidance in the family, to provide because in Grihastha life, you're providing the material things for the family. If the husband has to provide that is Maya, actually. So whatever we try to provide, or whatever we try to receive in a roundabout way, there is Maya in it. So there is bound to be attachment and so on and so forth, that always will drive you away from Krishna consciousness, or progressing in spiritual path. So I think identifying Maya as such in our day-to-day lives, that what Maya actually is, what is it actually? Every small little thing in our lives, in our day-to-day moment, is Maya. Maya is not like something that is only for discussion or just being broadly aware of. It is constantly there, constantly there, constantly there. If I have to, do something which is very trivial, very small, for my son or for my daughter or for my wife, which delays me to attend this session, that is Maya. That in itself, on my day-to-day basis, is Maya. So I think somewhere, one has to draw a balance of understanding of all of these things, and then apply that to a on a conditioned soul. And in this case, we're talking about the female part in the family. So it is quite a thing. It's quite a challenge. But yeah, I'll pass on to Amoga Prabhu if he wants to sort of correct anything or add anything to what I'm thinking.
You're thinking, yes, Prabhuji, but actually, whatever we do, we just put that activity in the frame as a matter of duties. I'm a husband. What is my duty? To look after wife. As a father, look after the children. It is my duty to look after the children. So that is not Maya. So because this is jnana gidagda karmanam. So with the knowledge, you can just burn all the kind of Maya as well. Dagda karmanam. So all karmic activities. So, but it is in the knowledge that what I am doing. So, for example, that is knowledge, and what is transcendental knowledge? It takes the highest priority as well. And if even though I am leaving that kind of duty and coming to Krishna conscious, it is the topmost priority. Dharma swadistukum sam visvaksen katasiha notpadayejjiratim shramayevihi kevalam. If one is not attracted to Krishna Katha, though one is performing his duty, then it is Shramevihi Kevalam. So here, nothing is Maya. So if we are not acting in Krishna consciousness, we are bound by to act according to situation, the nature we have got, the body we have received by the nature. We have to act accordingly. We are bound by that one. So that's why we act in Krishna consciousness way. It doesn't matter whatever it is happening. I have to come and sit. So Krishna will arrange or sort out the activities in such a way that it is aligned, no one is disturbed. It will adjust it. All materialistic activities will be adjusted gradually. Because we have touched the center point to adjust. we have concentrated on center point. Otherwise, if we try to do individual leaves and branches, then the main root it is not nourished. So that is, we need to nourish the center point, then all things will be perfectly coming into the picture.
Mm. Yeah, very good explanation. Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, I don't have anything else to add, but it's a very deep topic, very important topic, very enlightening topic actually. So thank you again for presenting this.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the comments. Okay, so this is about all the characteristics, and also there is a Mataji, if you go to third verse, so Visurjakamam Dambam cha Lobham Moham Agham Madam Apramatto Bujjita Nityam Tejiyamsham Atoshayat. So here further, woman has to leave Visrujya. What needs to be Visrujya? Kamam, all the lust. Dambam cha, pride. Dvesham, enviousness. Lobham, greedy. Agam, all the sinful activities. Madam, it is the vanity. Apramattu ujjita anityam, always ready and sane, laboring diligently to the husband. Apramattu ujjita anityam, all the time. Whatever the husband wants us to fulfill, he is expecting. So, wife needs to be ready to do that activity. Apramattu ujjita nityam tejiyamsham atoshayat, always trying to please the husband. That way, later on, the Kadama Prajapati understanding the desire of Devahuti, he creates a bigger palace, the flying palace, flying aeroplane. Priyayaha priyamanvityam kadamo yogam asitah vimanam kamagam chattah tarihi eva avirachikarat. Just to fulfill the desire of the wife, he has created bigger airplane flying. So that is what happens when the husband is pleased. It doesn't matter whether husband is intelligent or not. But even the intelligent woman, intelligent wife is asking very dull husband with such kind of good qualities. He will be able to please the wife. So all this be Visurja Kamam Dhambam cha Lobham Aghamadam. So all these things Apramattu Jitanityam. This must be there. It is very easy. Woman always must be with the husband, serving her husband. That is the greatest fortune of a woman. If woman is far away from the husband, then she is missing so many opportunities. I just wanted to add. So now I just hand over to Hemlata Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Would you like
Shall
to?
we go on? No, Prabhu.
Okay, yes, Mataji.
Shall we do the Nursing Day Aarti then?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, I'll do it. Namaste Narsinghaya Pralad Daini Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha Shilatanka Nakhalai Ito Narsinha Parito Narsinha Yato yami tato narsinha Bahe narsinha hridaye narsinha Narsinghamadim sharanam prapade Tava kara kamalvare nakham Adbhut shringam Dalita Hiranyakashapu Tanubringam Keshavudrita Narihari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Narsinga Dev Jaya Narsinga Dev Narsinga Dev Jaya Narsinga Dev जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंहा, जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंहा, लक्ष्मी नरसिंहा, जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंहा। जय प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, जय प्रहलाद महाराज। जय जय गुरुदेव, 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 जय जय गुरुदेव। जय जय प्रभुपाद, 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 जय श्रील प्रभुपाद। निताय गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, निताय गौर हरि। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय
लक्ष्मी नरसिंह देव की जय।
Jai.
प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। हरे कृष्णा,
जय
हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very beautiful.
Thank
Okay, so can I request all devotees kindly unmute and do 3 loud Hari Bols to Hemlata Mataji for sharing such a beautiful, wonderful session and a complete knowledge on the behavior of women.
Hari Bol.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hari
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 Bol.
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 Hari Bol. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so if you're happy, we shall conclude our session for tonight. Hemlata Mataji.
Yeah, yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धु वैष्णवेभ्यो अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद की जय।
Jai.
श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
Jai.
Hare Krishna conscious night, everyone. And see you tomorrow morning for Japa session at 5:30 a.m.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु, I don't know how to close it.